a nostalgia critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. Hard to believe that there was a time when Ryan Reynolds was seen as the kiss of death for superhero movies. He had hugely disappointing films that pissed off both audiences and diehard fans. It wasn't until he brilliantly pushed to replay one of those disappointments with Deadpool that he elevated himself into comic book legendary, bringing the character exactly what he deserved and smashing box office records. Which is good, because I think if he left things the way they were with Green Lantern, Shaq would have gotten more street cred. Based on the DC comic book, Green Lantern was one of the big heroes that joined the Justice League, so making a movie about him in 2011 seemed to make sense. However, this film was so botched and so unexciting that not only did they not bother to give him his own sequel, but as far as we know, they're not including this version in the DCEU. It's ugly, it's dull, it's downright unpleasant, it's a green mess. And to emphasize and contrast how bad this is, I brought a special guest, Deadpool!
Haha, chimichangas, yeah!
That's right, I have Ryan Reynolds' most beloved comic book interpretation talking about his most hated comic book interpretation.
Oh, you got a unicorn? I really could use a unicorn.
His wild comedic antics will no doubt add a lot to this review.
Where are the boobies? I want boobies!
Let's take a look at Green Lantern with our special guest, Deadpool.
Wolverine origins sucked.
That it did.
Billions of years ago, a race of immortals, the Guardians of the Universe.
Oh hey, a DC property talking about the Guardians of the Universe.
Yeah?
That doesn't make you want to say something, Marvel character?
Oh,
Dude, what are you doing?
that's my dick!
I can see that! Put it away, you friggin' psycho!
I'm Deadpool. Chimichangas.
Why don't you go over there for a while?
I was gonna do that anyway, because I'm Deadpool and I do what I like.
I really recall him being a lot funnier than that. So it looks like there's peacekeepers throughout the galaxy known as the Green Lanterns. Magic heroes with magic rings, I will kill you if you even.
Of all the threats the Corps ever faced, the gravest was Parallax.
That's me, I guess.
Only the
Oh,
legend
we're done? Okay, goodbye.
Abin Sur was capable of capturing and imprisoning this beast.
Yeah, is it me, or does it look like the universe sneezed Crayola paints and then pissed on it with 5 different alien urines? This all looks hideous! Oh no, we're back in Fan 4 Stick! You will not advance your evil on me again! I'd say these astronauts came across Marvin the Martian, but truth be told, Marvin the Martian looks more realistic.
You are afraid. Good.
This is where we keep the unrendered Mars attacks effects. The CG is awful! This is 2011? I keep expecting Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny to pop out. 2 minutes into this effects movie and it already shows it sucks at effects. What am I even looking at here? Megatron Schlong?
Vantara is dead.
The planet's inhabitants.
The Guardians Asylum have demanded no escort.
I feel like I'm watching expired Jell-O molds act in dirty glasses of piss. It's amazing how unappealing this all looks. I don't remember this scene from Injustice 2. Oh hell, it's an insult to compare it to that. These effects are like a flashlight-lit Superman 64.
I'm badly wounded, heading to the nearest inhabited planet for the selection process.
Pray they develop Pixar there. We come across our lead Hal Jordan, played by Reynolds, partaking in the most overused of introduction tropes. No. Doc, I'm late for school!
Good morning, Mr. Ferris.
Gentlemen?
Stock geeky guy in every movie. So Hal and another pilot are supposed to outsmart 2 AI fighter jets to demonstrate whether or not the technology is ready for combat. Soundtrack by This Is Cool, right? Gotta love that military technology that's on par with a Tron game. Radar says we need more quarters. He outsmarts the AI jets, but not before having a flashback to his incredibly cliched childhood.
Keep it warm for me.
Thanks, Mean Jones.
Things really do fizzle, though, as he remembers what happened to his father shortly after.
You're not scared, are you, Dad?
Let's just say it's my job not to be.
Oh my god, I'm scared! I am so scared! S-C-A-R-E-D, scared! Oh, if only he had his fireproof jacket.
Keep it warm for me.
So what can one say but Maverick?
I thought this was a dogfight. I was under the impression the objective was to win.
The objective was to show what the Sabres could do in actual combat.
You didn't have to make that point in front of the commander of Air Force Acquisitions.
That's enough, Carol.
Yeah, any other overused lines you want to throw in there?
You're fired.
It's too late,
You don't
Carl,
get
I
off that
quit.
easy. He's
Wow, this movie really hits every lame in the book, doesn't it, Deadpool? What is this?
I'm wearing something silly.
How does it connect to anything that's going on?
It's stupid, therefore badass.
I'm really not following any of your humor. Ow! What was that for?
'Cause I'm Deadpool.
I don't get it. Ow!
I'm Deadpool. I'm Deadpool. I'm Deadpool.
Okay, I really recall him being funnier. But his boss Carol says he can't quit. He's just grounded. Go to your room. Hey, that's funnier than the actual funny lines they have.
Watch your back.
That's impossible, Bob.
I also would have accepted spinning around looking at your back via Goodburger. He goes to visit his brother and nephew, who are both angry and concerned about him.
Were you scared?
It's my job not to be.
I'm glad you're okay.
Well, good, because you literally have no other scenes in the movie. Family. It's there. No idea how to segue in 3, 2. In most scenarios, Ryan Reynolds in a hamster ball would be the dumbest part of the movie. He's taken to the crashed alien ship where the alien's ring summons him. Reynolds has a look on his face like, oh my god, it's this kind of movie. I did not know what I was signing up for.
The ring, it chose you.
Hey, now don't do that.
Well, looks like you better call 911 this guy.
That spaceship. Yeah. It's real? It's real.
Okay. Have you tried turning the film off and on again?
We're gone.
Let's go before we realize there's no reason to keep this a secret. Meanwhile, Captain Pento-Bismol discusses what's happened with the not even close to looking interested council.
4 of my Lantern brothers killed. The inhabitants of 2 worlds annihilated by an unknown enemy.
How the hell can they hear him? Right? Why do we have chairs so high?
Because from a distance we can take his pink ass seriously.
No, we can't. After that, Hal is told he can use the dead alien's ring as long as he recites the oath to, what else? The Green Lantern.
Pledge allegiance to a lantern, to infinity and beyond. By the power of Grayskull. What the hell?
That last part wasn't scripted. He just realized they pay for copyright licensing on 2 weak-ass jokes. It finally works, though, as the oath comes to him psychically. Thus, he has tapped into an unknown alien society that has protected the universe for eons and eons. A whole new universe of responsibility is opened up to him.
All right, do you want to get a drink?
Yeah, we can do that.
You look pretty.
You forgot it was my birthday.
You totally get the epic weight and scale of this story.
I really am sorry.
It's okay. The contract isn't quite dead yet.
You know, half this movie is like an orange magic eye. You cross your eyes and uncross them and you can see orange figures in front of other orange figures. It's like an Oompa Loompa cut of Footloose. But Magic Listerine is at it again as it teleports him across the universe. Okay, this could redeem a few points if he has to serve on a starship that's captained by Tim Allen. So yeah, like a booger flying through chocolate and milk mix, this is not as visually mind-blowing as you would hope. To quote Bart Simpson, the universe is so boring. We've scanned him. There's no discernible charm in his performance. Yeah, let's play the game of who made a mistake saying yes to this film. That was a short round. Yeah, just to clarify, this is the origin of the sidekick, right? You're gonna team him up with someone more intimidating? Like Kevin Hart?
Have you concluded admiring yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we were gonna have a sequence there. We had the music, the movement. I guess that's just what the film hiccuping looks like. General Akbar here is named Tomar Ray, played by Jeffrey Rush, who's asked really the only sensible question in the entire film.
What's with all the green?
Green is the color of will. The Guardians harnessed will because it's the strongest source of energy in the universe.
So now we go from butt-ugly reds and stained mustard yellows to draining sewage green. This whole movie is like being trapped in a shit-stained stoplight.
And 3,600 lanterns, each with a sector, just as vast.
How come none of them wear fake masks? They look unimpressive enough as they are. Sunburned Stephen Colbert comes out to tell them all about the bad news.
Our 4 Lantern brothers were killed by an enemy called Parallax.
That's the name of a laxative, right? That can't actually be a threatening title. So Hal, of course, is trained in the ways of the Lantern. And much like this movie, Hal can't understand the logic of being greenlit.
Your will turns thought into reality. To master the ring, you must learn to focus your will and create what you see in your mind. The ring's limits are only what you can imagine.
You know, let me rip a few pages from The Empire Strikes Back about the Force. That.
The ring will inform you where there is an imminent threat.
Did I mention I'm an incredible liar? This is Kilowog, voiced by a clearly half-awake Michael Clark Duncan.
Welcome to Ring Slinging 101. I'm gonna hit you until your will is strong next lesson. He's not gonna play fair. Never let your guard down, Poozer. They're literally recording this while they're putting the makeup on me for Planet of the Apes. I'm not bringing my A material to this.
He's taught that the ring can create whatever he wants through will alone, including the ancient weapon of cocktail swords that keep cherries in your drink.
Abin was a great warrior. Insult his memory by wearing his ring.
You will never earn the title, Broccoli Brother.
I'm done. He's right. I'm only human.
The ring never makes a mistake.
This time it did.
So yeah, this seems embarrassingly bad in visuals, comedy, storytelling, and character. If only somebody who was supposed to be the complete opposite of that would commentate on this with me.
Look, I'm dancing on all of your favorite movies.
Oh no, not Brazil! Oh no, that's Secret of Nim! Oh no, not the director's cut of Nothing But Trouble! That's the version that makes sense!
I'm Deadpool, so I can get away with this!
I don't get this. I really don't get this. This is not how I remember this character at all.
Well, it's okay. I remember it because chimichanga unicorns.
It doesn't even make sense. You had a perfect setup for a joke and you didn't even take it.
I do what I like. Apple Jacks.
Okay, seriously, what am I missing here? Says screw this shit, he's going back to Earth where it's normal. But of course that's not true because Earth is home of Peter Sarsgaard. He plays a scientist named Hector who's called in to examine the crashed alien life form. But he gets infected by something that gives him incredible powers, like combining William Shatner and John Malkovich into one performance.
Many of these little critters that we've been calling bacteria weren't bacteria at all. They were an entirely different type.
But he starts to tap into the mind of the average viewer watching this film.
Michael.
So yeah, as you'd expect, this is gonna be our villain of the film. I know you're just as excited as I was. Because that's who I want to see a superhero fight, the guy who looks both ways before entering a porno theater. Is it even worth feeling let down by this point?
Get used to disappointment.
Okay. But what do you expect, though? He's the son of Tim Robbins, a guy so dumb he doesn't even put a combination on his safe.
I'm on a subcommittee.
It was you. That's why they chose me.
It's the way the world works. Seize an opportunity when it presents itself.
Poor guy has strings pulled to get in positions of power. Now that's a tragic villain story! Speaking of tragic, how's Reynolds doing?
Mr. Reynolds, action?
Yeah, one more.
Glad you could make it, son.
Frankly, I was a little surprised I got the invite.
You know, I always say there are thinkers in this world and there are doers, and you are one of the doers.
Huh. Tim Robbins both complimented and insulted you at the same time. It's like when he makes a political speech. Many of you might be wondering why they showed him sip that drink in such a weird way. So Hal is uncomfortable at the party, but things get even more socially awkward when a helicopter crashes. Okay, this is the Mask, right? A green guy you laugh at every time you see him using cartoons to save the day? It's a different take to say the least, but still, I'll take it over this sequel. Well, good to know over halfway through the movie, the Green Lantern finally saves somebody, but not without being rightfully called out on lameness.
A racetrack.
Yeah.
That's the best you could come up with for your first big appearance.
You sure we're not watching the writing session for this flick?
I want to see it.
You ready to have your mind blown?
Yeah.
After this, I'm somehow gonna be Deadpool twice.
Did you break it already?
I didn't break it. Okay, it's out of juice. I have to recharge it.
What you just saw should have been edited out. Our apologies.
Ah, green!
I know, right?
Pretty lame, huh? Green Twizzlers, that's what they went with! But he's not the only one green with envy.
Evening, ma'am. Didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Are you okay?
Is my fake voice fake enough?
You saved my life. You saved all of our lives.
Hal? Hal?
Adoy!
How did you know it was me?
What do you mean? I've known you my whole life. I've seen you naked. You don't think I would recognize you because I can't see your cheekbones?
Well, the movie was dumb enough to go with that for a bit, so yeah. Christ, I'm shocked it took you this long to figure it out. Hey, watch this. I'm a totally different person now. Ooh. So now we have the classic superhero movie attempt at romance. In Spider-Man, we had the famous kiss upside down. In Superman, that famous flying through the sky sequence. Now we have a guy who can make anything come to life. Very cool. What are you gonna do with it?
Okay, so at the party, how did you make that big green ramp thing?
Anything I see in my mind, I can create.
You're just gonna sit there and talk, aren't you? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? You can literally do anything. Anything! You can ride a Pegasus through the tunnel of love while the water is diamonds and you sit on a roof. Hell, why did they fly in Superman? It would have been so much more romantic if he just walked up to Lois and said,
"Let's get McDonald's."
Okay. But Sarsgaard, who's turning into Jabba the Hairy Knowles, is trying to figure out the next step in becoming a Sky High character. I'm here to ask if you located the scene where I found out where you are. You're so pathetic, I'll just knock myself out for you. You really are the pity screw of superheroes. He escapes, though, allowing Hal to go ask the Guardians for help.
You know, we were saying on Earth, we say, I'm only human.
Usually after we make a really bad movie. So, through kind of confusing reasoning, Hal asks them if he can fight the evil alone before they use a weapon that could destroy other lives in the process. They agree, resulting in him immediately almost destroying another life in the process.
She's beautiful, isn't she? I loved her from the moment I first saw her.
Oh! Apparently that was a thing. You know, at this point you could say he turned evil because he didn't get his oil changed. No one really cares anymore. He hands over the ring to save her, but Hal still has control and knocks him out. This somehow releases Parallax onto the world. Bullshit face! I've come to bargain!
You have failed me.
It's Sauron's less impressive brother, Moron. So smoke turds start eating up the town, but not to worry, Green Lantern has a catapult and a spring! Oh, come on, you couldn't have his bill on backwards after getting hit? Green Lantern lures him into space, where, like I've been saying, the Looney Tunes movies have better effects, as he puts the ass in asteroids. Oh look, he's making two jets! It's like he's conquering his fears! Even though he could just turn into a giant fist and punch him. Why did that take so long? So the great evil is defeated. I have no idea why only he could do it, but to my credit, I don't think the movie does either. And he says goodbye to his girlfriend.
Hal.
Yeah.
Can you take off the mask?
I mean, I want another acting job after this, and the less I'm seen around you with that mask, the higher that possibility will be. But there's one other big surprise I think was supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah, you totally forgot I was in this, didn't you?
Green Lantern! Yay! What a bundle of fun that was. Not that I had any help from my pointless co-reviewer.
Knock, knock.
I'm not playing.
Orange.
I didn't even say who's there.
Orange, you glad I'm awesome?
That's it. Hyper!
Hi, Critic.
Can you tell me what's going on here? I thought having Deadpool in my review would be amazing, but he's just an unamusing dweeb.
Oh, that's not Deadpool.
It's not?
No, that's cosplaying asshole Deadpool. You know, one of those guys at a convention who, just because he's wearing a Deadpool costume, thinks that he's instantly funny and can do no wrong.
I'm gonna judge really hot chicks and act like I have a chance to get with them.
Oh, that's why he's so insufferable. You see, I thought something that was so clever and timeless would be represented here, but instead I just got an imitation that has no idea what made the original good. You can play clips over this, that's the idea. It looks like the hero, has the details like the hero, but it's just a pale imitation of the hero. Ugly, unimaginative, not charming, and inspires no joy whatsoever. All of this was a complete waste of time.
Boobies! I must have boobies!
Oh, back off, you pervert!
No, Critic, it's okay.
What, you wanted to touch you?
No, but it's his choice to do it if he wants.
Really?
Yeah.
This is what you get when you touch my fiancé!
Gas! Fiancé?
Oh, he made me spoil the surprise.
Cookie batter! Is it true?
Well, I left the ring at home, but... Oh, hell, let me steal one of this dickhole's digits. There we go. Yeah, fantastic. Eye gouger, we're not getting any younger. Would you do me the honor of wearing this ring finger on your ring finger?
Of course, Lemon Yam!
I love you, Iron Stabs!
Oh.
I'm funny.
Mazel tov, I guess.
Come on, let's get more smashed than his skull!
Hooray for booze!
Today's moral, just because you dress like Deadpool doesn't mean you're Deadpool. And just because you dress like Green Lantern doesn't mean you're Green Lantern. Represent, think it out, and do the right thing. I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and I'm gonna kick him a bit more because it's fun. Ooh, I love this.
Guardati le spalle. È impossibile, Bob.